Alright guys, Pharaoh Trey here, and this is my Access Football 23 honest review. I really take no pleasure in doing this. I love the dev team, I know they're small, and I hope after this honest review, they still love me. Let's get into this. These sus-ass play calls by these referees. If you look right here in the first video, you're going to see a field goal that was completely missed, that they said it was good. Second video, I kind of
There's still a lot of game left, and you don't want to force things and make a mistake here.
Here's the kick.
About the scoreboard.
It'll sail just inside.
There's a lot of passes to the sidelines that just, they're out of bounds, baby. 2-foot rule, 1-foot rule, it don't even matter. They are out of bounds clearly, if referees are calling them in. You know, and I don't know if that's a problem with animation. I don't know if that's just the AI and its logic. I don't know what that is, what code that is, but that needs to be fixed ASAP. I'm serious about that. That right there just has me crying almost every game I play. I'm crying my heart out in tears every time this happens. Raging and all, like, come on, man, we gotta fix this right here. These animations that they've added for the runners, the ball carriers, they stop the action, and that's my only complaint about them. They stop the action. Guys, good job with the animations, you know, but hey, we can't stop the action, baby. If one guy runs into him and he's breaking the tackle, another guy comes, he's either gonna break another tackle or he's gonna go down. But that doesn't mean our guys around him should stop and just watch what happens. Come on now. Which brings me directly into my next point. There is no system for challenging play calls, and there's no instant replays. And the instant replays for me would only be for the challenging play calls. But I would love to slow down and remake clips of highlights and stuff like that to show off to the internet and show off to my friends and family who play video games. And it just adds another layer of fun to it when it comes to editing and stuff like that. I would love an instant replay. That's really what I want it for. I don't want it to bitch and moan and complain. All right, next point. These linebackers are clueless, and it is crazy to me. Like, after about 3 seconds of the quarterback, dropping back, they start pissing down their legs, and the zones completely fall apart. It is hard to run zone coverage if you know your quarterback might scramble. The quarterback you playing with, they scramble. If they take their time with passes, they're going to find somebody eventually. For our defensive line, are not getting back there. And this has to stop. These zones break down way too fast. I'm not saying they're not supposed to break down. I don't know, in football, zones break down. They fall apart. But not this fast. Like, these guys, they act like they are in Little League football and they just learned how to play them. And reacting to the run is ridiculous. Some of them don't react. Some of them go the wrong way. Some of them go right into the lineman, run right into a block. Like, we got to fix the linebackers, logic and response and reactions. We got to fix all of that, man. The linebackers need improvement. It's crazy. Okay, next point. The trenches need serious work. Engage in blocks, when to let go of blocks, when to move on to the next level of block. All around just needs improvement. It needs to be maybe redone. I don't know, but it's just like some guys run right past the blockers and they just look at them and let them by. It's kind of looking, it's looking sus. But I understand that, it's probably down the line of development. Still, make it a priority. We need to see better blocking. Also, on the defensive side, we need to see give them getting off blocks. There's guys who are B pluses and A's who can't get off a C plus block lineman. It's ridiculous. Like, we need to see more quarterbacks scrambling and fearing for their lives out here on the defensive side. So the trenches need work all around. Picking up linebackers when they rushing, like, we need all around work. The running back will miss blocks and everything. Wide receivers will let go of corners too quickly. It's a whole mess when it comes to the trenches and fighting on that line. And the user pick. Now, I know somewhere in the Discord this was said it's going to get fixed in a patch soon, and I'm hoping that patch comes fast, because the fact that I can't user pick right now is crazy. I get burned a lot. I get juked out my socks on the routes. I ain't gonna lie. But for the times where I'm actually good on the sticks, I want the reward of an interception, and I can't get it. We gotta fix that, man, ASAP. We gotta patch that ASAP. I'm bringing it up because it hurts.
Eluding defender.
You know, man. It hurts.
And
Another thing, these announcers are so robotic. It's
31.
crazy.
This is a
And
pressure
I understand
drive for
that
the
maybe
offense.
this
They've got a
cycle
chance to pull
wasn't
back into
focused
the
on
driver's seat with a
that,
score on this
but,
possession.
that takes away from the gameplay after a while.
Steps
And
into the pocket.
I know, I get
Tosses
it.
the
I understand.
ball
Like I said,
up
I'm
the
a huge
middle.
supporter of
And
that
he's
system, I get it.
tackled.
But we have to
That'll
get
be
better
enough
with the
for
announcers.
the
We gotta
first
get them
down.
less for body. We gotta get it more smoother. We gotta get them to flow a little better and to actually sound like they're involved, sound like they're alive, sound like they're reacting to what's going on the
A
field.
flag on the play.
Now, this is kind of small due to the quarterbacks, going through progressions more logically now. But passes to the flats are still OP, and it's due to the bad calling of the referees. Like I said, some passes are out of bounds, and they still getting it inbounds, and it's crazy to me. But we need to change this too, because this is giving me heartaches. I'm talking about rage. Anyway, next point. Okay, these are my last 2 points right here. So punt return logic needs improved down. What I said, I'm talking about, of course the trenches, the blocks, and everything, but it's like on when the computer returns, they're not really looking for an open lane. They kind of just run right into you, and it would be more exciting, more fun if they kind of look for the open lane, plus broke the tackles and made it more exciting. If they just run right to you, you're always gonna have another guy to bring them down. It gets kind of repetitive and boring. Okay, those are my issues for gameplay. Now, as far as graphics, let's say I think this is considered graphics. I am tired of seeing gloves on every player. We need to stop this. Quarterbacks do not wear gloves. Maybe some of them wear one glove on one hand. That's not their throwing hand. But majority of quarterbacks don't wear gloves. There's a lot of players now in this new era still that are deciding not to wear gloves. Can we please get the gloves off of every player or have an option to turn them off? Because it's annoying. I'm tired of seeing it. Also, next point, the body types. I want to see a fat lineman. Everybody's the same. I want to see a fat lineman. I want to see a super swole linebacker. I want to see the lean receivers. I want to see the awkward built ass quarterbacks and punters and kickers. Like, I'm tired of everybody looking the same gloves. Like, we got to change this, guy. We have to change that. It's been time to change it. Let's go. Let's get this over with. I know I said last 2. I meant last 3. This is my last one right here. There is not enough high quality guys coming out the draft. In real life, there's literally a first round draft, 32 picks. Those are 32 stars or studs. But we all know that there are more stars coming in second round, third round, fourth round. Tom Brady is a 5th round pick. Guys, come on now. We need more. We cried about the quarterbacks being, overflow with talent. But I guess y'all heard that and forgot that we were also crying that we can't get talent anywhere else in this draft. We need more talent in other places. And it needs to be, I know it has to be randomized, but it can't just be 2 guys a position that's talented, because it's not how it works. That is not how it works, and it's ruining the experience of building a franchise, a dynasty, what you want to call it. We gotta fix this when it comes to scouting, when it comes to drafting. But if you think that's all that I had to say was just dislikes and a bunch of complaining, you got another thing coming. Switch it up, baby. It's time to tell you what I love about this game. First off, these new animations is bringing this game to life. Bringing this game to life. And I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. The first animation I got introduced to was the hurdle. I kicked the ball off to the Bloodhounds, and the return man hurdles my defensive player, and I'm out my seat. I'm jumping with excitement. It was so raw, so clean. It was fun to see. I loved it. Running backs are way more explosive now, and I love it. And it's due to the animations. Like I said, they are bringing this game to life. Watching Riley and that other running back plow through my defense was fun. Even though they didn't go nowhere a lot, Sutton, that's his name, Sutton. Even though they didn't go nowhere, Sutton burned this bit. Watching them blow through my defenders is just crazy. I love it. Had me out my seat, like I said, and that was the opposing team. I just wish I knew how to make my running backs do it and trigger those animations and just run through defenses. That's my only thing about that. But I love it. It gets me out my seat every time. It's more exciting to bring the game to life. I love it. Next, what they do with the quarterback is amazing. They're reading through their progressions, so smart, and they're not just throwing it to the flat and cheesing all game. They're actually looking deep. They look to the middle. They will burn you. These quarterbacks are making better decisions. They will throw the ball away. Like, they're not just relying on their running backs, their tight ends to go to the flats. I say that, I'm going to repeat that, I'm going to repeat it because that's all last game they did. Was look to be flats. It was so repetitive, I couldn't record it. But now I have something to record. This game is way more exciting. Next is the defensive backs. They are now alive. They react. They respond. I love it. I'm loving how the DBs are looking in the game now. Like I said earlier, I wish I could have some user control in that. I'm hoping the patch comes soon. But until it does, I'm telling you, man, just watching the CPU do it, they get burned a lot. They miss on interceptions sometimes. They look silly at times. In real life, they look silly. So, I'm not complaining too much about that. But the fact that they even react and respond appropriately is great. I love it. Like I said, they break down and fall apart on zones a lot. But when it comes to that man-to-man coverage, you got a player that's equal to the wide receiver, it shows that they're equal. The wide receiver is not going to always win. Sometimes it's an interception. I love it. I love it all. The next thing I want to talk about is how these running teams are now throwing the ball in appropriate situations. And I love it because I was tired of seeing 3rd and 15. And just because this is a running team, they're going to hand the ball to the same running back that just lost 5 yards. It makes no sense. But I love it. I love that improvement to the running teams, how they're making smart decisions, especially late in the fourth. You're seeing them throw the ball a little bit more, trying to get into a hurry-up offense. I would say that they should start looking more to throw the ball just a little bit more, not that much, but just a little bit more in the third quarter when they're down, just to try to play catch a little bit earlier instead of waiting so late to try to do it. But overall, man, it's a great improvement to the team, and I love it. Now, I know I complained about body types, and I do mean that. I wish there was more body types, like the fat linemen and swole linebackers, but I love these player models. I really do. I'm not one of those guys who are begging them to change it, to make it look more like another game. I honestly don't mind these player models. They're fine. They look realistic enough for what the game is, and they match the environment. They don't stand out or stand away from the way. They match the environment. This game makes sense when it comes to the visual. Now, I know there's a lot of improvements to be made, and I know that the dev team will make them. But right now, I love these player models. The next point is the fact that you can coach or play, simulate, or spectate the game is amazing to me when it comes to franchise. Like, you have an option to do either of the four. That is amazing to me. And, for a small dev team, it works. Like, it's not breaking down. It's not crashing unnecessarily. It's not showing drastic changes. It's not, like I said, just overall breaking down. It's not a bunch of bugs. It's not buggy. It's not so animation ran that it's unrunnable. Like, you can't watch it. You can't, it's just hard and everything like that. The coaching mode looks good. It runs smooth. Your play calling matters. You can't sit here, if you call the wrong play in the wrong situation, you're going to get a wrong result. You call the right play in the right situation, you get the right result. Like, it really takes intelligence. It's not just I can pick any play and my team is going to do it, even though they're a struggle team playing a team that's supposed to be mid or supposed to be, overpowering. If they're supposed to be powerful, that's what's going to happen, and I love it. Next thing is just the general franchise depth, the organization, and how it looks. Everything is easy to find. Everything responds and it works appropriately. Everything affects the way, the morale is affected by, facilities. Everything works the way it's supposed to work. Everything is functioning properly, and we're not experiencing a bunch of crashes for no reason. So I love that. Like I said, I really enjoy the franchise mode. I'm a huge franchise player. I really enjoy the franchise mode, especially with the fact that I can create my own team. You can do practice strategies, like how much points you want to put towards practicing certain things like speed and agility, catching, passing. They have the scout report, of course, scouting the guys coming in, the future rookies of the league and everything like that. College kids, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, man, it's great. It's lovely. You could edit your team. Like, you want to go back and do something different about your team. Maybe you want to rename a player, like how I'm going to do when I start adding, subscribers and people who comment in. You can go back and do that without penalty. So, it's real good. You can go and look at your stats, see the lead rushers and lead passers, lead receivers, lead defensive players. You can look at team stats, league history stats, personnel changes. You got the free agency. You can go add people to your practice squad. It's a lot to do with the franchise, and it makes so much sense. You can't just spend money crazy. You gotta actually be smart and plan how you wanna, handle funds and how much money you actually have, your revenue, expenses, everything like that. You can't just go crazy with it. Then you have the option to turn it off. So if you want to live like you're a gazillionaire, you can. You can just upgrade facilities whenever you want to, buy whoever you want to, pay for whoever you want to, have whoever you want on your team for however long. So it's also that. Overall improvements to the game, I am loving. I'm loving it all. I'm loving everything they added. The animations, the logic to it, the reactionary defensive players, the reactionary defensive backs. I love it. I love the overall improvements of the game. I see they changed some of the lighting in it. I see they changed some of they added some stadiums. So the overall improvements of the game, I'm loving. Especially with them responding to us in the Discord and them, fixing bugs, releasing patches. Like, we're already at, I think, 2.0 already. I'm on Xbox, so I could be behind. This year Xbox players got a little later than normal, but overall improvements, man. I really enjoy this game, and I'm not being paid to say this. I'm saying this as a fan of the series. I'm not getting paid to say this. I'm not getting sponsored. I'm not getting a free game. I'm not getting a free shirt. I'm not getting nothing. They're not giving me nothing. This is from my heart. I love Axis. I love this game. I'm happy with it all. All right, next point. The fact that there's a creation suite. You create your own team from scratch. Look at this. Team name, team city, team abbreviation, the colors, the logo. You get to do the uniforms. You get to edit the full rosters, their playbook, the stadium, how the field looks. Man, the tendencies of the team. Yo, this is amazing. The fact that you even get to do this. Like, I'm going to let y'all watch me build this team from scratch right here. I'm going to let y'all watch the full thing. It is amazing what you can do in this game. And at first, when I first played the game, I probably created 2 or 3 teams before I ever experienced a crash. But since that one crash, I've yet to experience another crash. And I've created 8 teams total right now. So, like, it's very, very good. Very good. It's very good. I don't know how a small dev team is able to do this, but they've done an amazing job. These guys deserve it. They deserve it. Like, this game is amazing. I'm happy with this creation suite. We can't do this on other games that we wish we could do this on. I'm talking about full customization of the roster. Even mid-season, you get to do this. It's not a creation suite, but in a Emilio franchise, like I said earlier in the video, you can edit the team. And you can change and add people in, and you can change their ratings if you want to cheat the season. You can change your ratings and increase guys. Or if you want to make it harder, you could decrease them. But like I said, the fact that there's a creation suite in general, the fact that you can create unlimited amount of teams is just, it's crazy. I'm going to create my own league. I'm going to have a league full of just custom teams. And just run it like a simulation. But I don't know if I'm gonna put it to the channel. I know some people ask, am I gonna put it on the channel? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not trying to run a sim league. I do that for fun. I don't do that, Actually, this whole YouTube channel is for fun. But it's a lot of editing and recording, and that's where it becomes a strain, because it'll be like having a job, and I don't want it to become that. So I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. But I will be running my own league though, full of custom teams. So, it's all fun. Is this game worth $21.65? Hell yeah. This game is better than some AAA titles. Y'all know which AAA titles I'm talking about, because for the last 2-3 months, all this internet has been doing is getting on top of all the AAA titles that released the game. This game is amazing. 2165 is worth it. Buy it, play it, enjoy it.